Hi, Sunshine Fam. I am super happy today, and I'm sure you know why. Oh, breath of fresh air. Although it may be a little bit too early to celebrate because we don't know who the new person is coming in. But I've got some fantabulous news for you. All I have to say is na 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 na. Kristi Noem, goodbye. That's right. She has been fired by Trump and apparently put into a new role. Something to do about securing the Americans or something. The Western Hemisphere. I'm not going to look too deep into that. I just know that she is no longer the head of DHS. Yes! I'm so happy, so freaking happy. And I'm sure all of you are too, especially you in Minnesota, where she can't even apologize for saying that. Sorry, I'm getting a brain black. Alex and Renee were domestic terrorists. She goes off on her freaking tangent about what the DHS or what DHS's job is supposed to be. She can't even answer a simple yes or no question. And you know, I just can't tell you how happy I am. And you want to know where I got the news from? Freaking Luke Beasley. So thank you, Luke Beasley, for putting that out. And then of course it's all over the news. So who is replacing her? So the guy's name is Markwayne Mullin. Now, some of you may know who that is, but I'm just going to go ahead and read what I have on my phone here, because I looked him up. Of course, you know me with research. Want to make sure that we're not celebrating too soon, because we really have no idea what kind of a job he's going to do. So, yes, he is the one that was responsible for, during a kind of a quick press conference, I guess you could say, and press was kind of surrounding him, where he specifically said, we're at war. And then not 2 minutes later, he said, but this isn't a war. And the press was calling him out, and he goes, oh, I misspoke. That was a misspoke. That's what he said. That was a misspoke. They declared war on us. Really? I don't see that Iran fired any missiles at us before we started shooting at them. So anyway, that's not what this is about. This is about Kristi Noem is out, Markwayne Mullin is in. So I'm just going to read this. So we have an idea of who is this new head of DHS and what kind of job we might expect from him. So Markwayne Mullin has a diverse and unconventional background for a U.S. senator, characterized by his experience as a business owner, a former professional mixed martial arts MMA fighter, and a member of the Cherokee Nation. As of March 2026, today, he has been selected by President Trump to serve as the Secretary of Homeland Security. Key aspects of his background. His business experience. Mullin took over his family's plumbing company, Mullin Plumbing, at age 20 when his father became ill, expanding it into a major regional service company. He also founded other businesses, including a ranching operation and an environmental company. What is it with these Homeland Security people, these secretaries, having a history in ranching? I don't get it, but he's from Oklahoma. Athletic career. He was an undefeated professional MMA fighter with a 5-0 record and was inducted into the Oklahoma Wrestling Hall of Fame in 2016. Political career. Before becoming a senator in 2023, he served for 10 years in the U.S. House of Representatives. He serves on key committees including Armed Services, Intelligence, and Appropriations. Wonder if that means if he was in the military. I haven't seen that in there. I don't know if you have to be a part of the armed services to be on a committee for them. Do a little bit more research on that, I guess. A little more background. His education. He attended college on a wrestling scholarship, but left to run the family business. Later completing a degree in construction technology in 2010. He is currently the only senator without a bachelor's degree. Keep that in mind. Maybe that's why he said that was a misspeak or a misspoke. He doesn't quite understand how the English language works. Of course, then again, none of them are. Controversies and notable incidents. He has faced scrutiny for breaking a pledge to serve only 3 terms in the House and for his businesses receiving COVID-19 relief funds, PPP loans. He has also been involved in heated public confrontations, including a 2023 incident where he challenged a union leader to a physical fight during a committee hearing. So he sounds like a little bit of a loose cannon there. Stellar reputation contextual. Whether his background is considered stellar, because that's the way I worded it, whether his background is considered stellar often depends on perspective. Supporters. Supporters highlight his business success, grit as a former fighter, and his... Okay, wait a minute. Let me reread that and put it more into context. Let me try rephrasing that. Supporters highlight his business success, grit as a former fighter, and his status as a MAGA warrior who understands the private sector. He is a very close personal friend of Trump, is what I've heard. Or sorry, Cabrithia. Critics point to his lack of traditional educational credentials, his aggressive public demeanor, and his shift from a citizen legislator to a long-term politician. So let's go back and look at who he is a little bit. Okay. So he is 48 years old. His spouse, believe it or not, her name is Christy. Ugh. Spelled differently though. He was born in 1977 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He married Christy Mullen in 1997. You know, it just occurred to me. I wonder if it's spelled the same way. It said he was part of the Cherokee Reservation, and his last name is Mullen. Could he be related to Rich Mullen? Oh, no, that was Mullins with an S. Be interesting, though. Because Rich Mullins, for those of you that don't know, was a Christian singer that was Native American, and he was a very successful Christian singer back in the day. He died in 1990-something in a car accident. And he was about to put out a new record called the Jesus Record. And he recorded all of his songs in a little one-room church on the piano with a tape recorder. And 9 days later, he was killed. And so various artists, sorry, just kind of a sidetrack from Mark Wayne. Various artists got a hold of that tape and they released the Jesus Record with the Ragamuffin Band. Amy Grant was part of it. Michael W. Smith was part of it. I actually have the CD of it. I'm sure you could probably find it on YouTube. Just type in Rich Mullins with an S and then the Jesus Record and you can hear it. There's two different CDs with it. One is the professional CD that was recorded by the Ragamuffin Band mostly, and then the other artists did some renditions of his songs. And then the second one is of him singing in the church. So it's not professionally done. It's kind of hard to hear because it sounds like maybe the tape recorder wasn't close by where the piano was that he was playing, but it's his last recording. So trivia facts for you on that one. He was a really good Christian singer. It doesn't say children, it says descendants. Laura, Andrew, Jim, Lynette, and Ivy. So I'm guessing those are his kids. His education was Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology in 2010. Missouri Valley College and Stillwell High School. Not here in Minnesota, though. He's part of the Republican Party, and his office is the United States Senator. Well, not anymore, and he's 5'8". So there's some interesting facts about the guy that's going to now be part of DHS. What religion is he? He is Pentecostal. Isn't that what Carpathia claims to be too? He's not very religious. Says there's two Pentecostals. The other one is Kevin Kramer, who is also a senator, but it doesn't say where he's from. It just says he's a Republican Party and he's Pentecostal. So there you go. We can all celebrate. Christine Holm is out. How long have I been calling that for, you know? Me and a lot of other people. Especially a lot of the Congress people. So, there you have it. I wasn't planning on doing this video, obviously, because we didn't know. But this is kind of a spur of the moment thing, so that's why this one's super short. And I just wanted to get this information out to you guys so that we can all celebrate. So, I'm thinking this either tomorrow or Saturday. I will probably put out my next Who Am I video that goes back even further. My 3 and 4 times great-grandparents. Or no, 4 and 5 times. But then I realized after I finished my last video that I forgot that I had another 3 times, I think it's 3 times great-grandparents on my grandmother's side that I was talking about that I failed to mention because in my notebook they were further down the line. So I'm going to add those people in because I have a picture of them as well. So I'm going to add those people into my next video that I failed to put in my last video. And then shortly after, oh, that's right, I did put in the description in my last video that I posted, not my Who Am I video, but the last video that I posted. Don't even remember what I called that one, but about me and our future, something like that, where I talk about me going back to work and everything. I had mentioned about gas prices. I did put in the description, I don't know if you guys ever read the descriptions on anybody's YouTube videos, but I did put in the description about gas prices because I failed to, I forgot to circle back to gas prices. So if you didn't read that, I'm just going to go ahead and put this in here real quick. I don't know where he's getting his information from, but a few days ago, while he was talking about the Iranian war, Carpathia was talking about how gas prices were below $2 a gallon. First of all, I doubt he even drives a car anymore. I doubt he even drives past a gas station anymore, and he sure as heck doesn't go grocery shopping for himself. So for him to sit there and say that all these prices are coming down, he doesn't have a clue. I can tell you here in the Twin Cities, gas prices are at $3 a gallon since the war started. I'm sure they're at least that high where you live. I've heard some people say that in California it's like over $4 a gallon. So for him to come out and say, oh yeah, gas prices are like at $1.80 something in this city or whatever, I'm like, what parallel universe are you living in, dude? So I forgot to circle back to that, but I did put it in my description in my last video, but now I've informed you guys about that. Depending on where you go grocery shopping, prices are very, very, very different. I love Reese's, okay? And Reese's now has, well, they've had it for a while, but they have like an extra large candy bar, not like the cups, but like an extra large candy bar with like 12, it kind of looks like a Reese's, or like a Hershey's candy bar, but it's super big. And it's got 12 scored pieces to it or whatever. When I buy it at the store that I work at, Gosh, I haven't bought it there for a while. I think we charge about $2 for it. One time when last summer I think it was, when I was buying them, I went to the gas station because I really wanted one. And at that time, the store that I work at was charging $1.98 for them, or maybe it was 2 years ago. And then I went to the gas station and it was like $2.50 for the same exact candy bar. So I'm like, why is the same candy bar being charged way more at the gas station? And it was between those two prices at the grocery store. So I don't know why the same exact product is being charged different prices depending on where you go. Maybe one of you guys, maybe some of you guys can help me figure that out. I don't know. I mean, I know gas stations usually tend to be a little bit more expensive because people don't go there to buy groceries, so to speak. So they probably don't make a profit much on what they sell in the store. They make more of the profit at the gas pump. But anyway, I don't know. I don't try to figure it out. Just putting it out there. So super, super happy that Kristi Noem is out. Now, the next person we need to get rid of is Carolyn Levitt. Let's get that twit out of there too. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She's freaking 28 years old. She doesn't know the ways of the world, and she's sitting there putting the reporters down. Are you kidding me? What I want to know, and I brought this up to you guys before, what I want to know is why nobody is going after Kristi Noem and Carolyn Levitt for their past criminal history. Now, see, I consider it criminal. And I know I've told you guys about this before, so I'm just going to give you a quick thing here. A quick reminder. Kristi Noem had failed to report an $80,000 income that she got from a dark money group that was paid to a business that she owned in, I think, Connecticut? Somewhere on the East Coast. And she's from freaking South Dakota, so whatever. But she when she first filled out her federal forms, she did not put that $80,000 income. So why is she not being questioned about that? Carolyn Levitt, when she was campaigning for, I don't even know what for, back in 2022, she was getting donations in excess of $325,000 from a single donor, which is way higher than is allowed. And to this day, her campaign people have never paid back those people a penny. And yet here she is, and she is the press secretary. What? Why is nobody looking at their backgrounds and questioning them about their, even if it's not criminal, ethically, it's not right. So why isn't anybody questioning them about their backgrounds? Hello? They shouldn't even be in the position they're in when they're dealing with that kind of money. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go because this is a super, super short one. But yay, Kristi Noem is gone. Now it'll be interesting to see how Mark Wayne does in his position. That's not somebody at my door. I know that's not somebody at my... I don't know if you can hear that, but somebody's pounding somewhere. A little creepy. So, I hope you guys have a fabulously sunny day, because I know I am. Happy dance, happy dance, happy dance, happy dance, happy dance, happy dance. I'm so happy. All right. You guys have a sunny day, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!